What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. Always a pleasure to be rocking with the best family on the tube, guys. I thought I would quickly make a video. It's not even going to be really long. I just want to give you guys a couple tips on how to secure your vehicle properly to a car trailer, because like it's one of those things, man, like if you don't get it right, it could be a problem. So I feel a bit of an expert now because I've just loaded up my car again and again and again as of late. So let me show you guys a couple tips. All right, one really important thing is the placement of your freaking straps here. Okay, it's really important that you make sure that you place it. You don't want it to be below, underneath here. You don't want it to be even halfway. You want it to be a little bit above the halfway point on your tire. Okay, so that way what happens is if you strap it and you attach it properly, it's going to help with the up and down and the side, back and forth motion. Okay, because what happens when you're driving, it's not just side to side, it's also up and down. You know what I mean? So that's the proper way to do it. Don't put it too low. Don't put it underneath here. Definitely don't do that. And don't put it freaking even halfway. You want it a bit above halfway point. That is so important. I can't stress that enough. Also, make sure when you're using the ratchets, because one thing that you might end up doing stupidly, which I'll admit to, first time when I was using these ratchets, I was like, man, I can't get it to freaking get tight enough. One thing is making sure your ratchet here is not starting out right by the tire here in this little small space, right? You want to make sure that you give yourself enough space so that you can securely fasten this, make sure there's no slack, get all the slack out, and then tighten your ratchet. Because if you don't do that, you'll end up running out of space when you've got a situation like that, and you're going to be like, crap, I can't get any tighter. So it's really important that you plan what you're doing, and if you see, I have done that accordingly. Every place I've made sure I've had enough space to get that ratchet action done properly. And you can see the placement of those straps, which is super important. I can't stress that enough, guys. So I'm going to do one step further, and I'm going to say to you guys, even after you've got your main straps, which these ones right now, these 4, you want to make sure that you do each wheel. Don't do freaking only 3 wheels or 2 wheels. Each wheel needs to be properly strapped down using that same technique that I just told you. Okay, don't get slack, don't get lazy. Make sure you do each wheel. It's so important. I can't express that enough. And I'm going to go one step further. Now look, this thing right now is secure really well. Okay, really freaking well. I've done a great job. I have to admit so myself. I'm proud of it. But let me tell you, I'm going to go one step further, and I'm going to put another set of ratchets on each wheel, and I'm going to secure those, and I'm going to secure those through the wheel and come around and then latch those on all 4 wheels as well, to give it just that extra bit of support. Not necessary really, because I've done this right and this is perfect really, but as I say, you can never be too careful. So yeah, especially if you're going on a long drive, if you're going a long distance and you've got the extra straps, strategically use them to make sure you give that little extra support. If you don't have the tire strap style, like the little hoops that go on like this, if you don't have the proper wheel straps, what you can do is you can wrap it on your diff. So you can strap down to your diff, because your diff is probably, as far as the rear goes, one of the only things that it's not going to bounce up and down and move, you see. Because if you strap it on something else, like the body of the car here, for example, it is going to bounce up and down. So your straps are not going to be the tightest, are they? Because they're going to constantly be moving back and forth. So diff in the back. I would say in the front, you're probably looking somewhere, maybe like your steering column, somewhere like that, something that doesn't move. Not your steering column, but you're freaking right there, something like that. So you got to plan it, be strategic. Also in your wheel, you can loop it from like in the wheel part here, and then like put it through the hoop on your strap and then strap that down. So alright, so I thought I'd quickly show you guys the other way, since I had to put these other, well, didn't have to, but wanted to put these other ones on as well. So look, see how I've wrapped this strap through that hoop and pulled it all the way down back to the other end of the ratchet on there, and then tightened it up. So if you don't have these, you know, proper tire style ones that fit over your tire, then that is one way that you can strap it down. So I've got both ways, and everything is perfect. If I was getting graded on this, I would get an A+. But yeah, I'm pretty proud of how well I've strapped this on today. One of my best ones ever. So with practice, you get better with it. That's a fact. Another thing, make sure you're using proper straps that are you know, made for the weight that you're carrying, the load that you're carrying. Get the biggest is always better. You know, these are 2.5 tons, okay? So these are freaking heavy duty. They're even stronger than what is actually needed for the load I'm carrying, but more is always better. So when you see, sometimes you'll see the lashing capacity will say like 650 or less, things like that. Yeah, don't use those. You can also tell usually by the width of the strap. You know, those little thin ones obviously aren't going to be as strong as the big fat boys, right? So another thing, just make sure you're using the right stuff. Remember, your vehicle is heavy. It's not like it's a freaking light piece of poo. Well, maybe if you have a light piece of poo vehicle, but generally speaking, you know what I mean. Vehicles are heavy, so make sure you take the time. Doesn't matter how long it takes. If it takes an hour, then at least that's an hour that you know has been used to make sure that everything has been done properly and safely. Alright, so I hope one of you guys have found this video to be useful. As I said, I have towed many of my vehicles now, and I feel like through practice you become perfect, and I've definitely improved in that area. I wasn't sure at first, you know, I was very uncertain of what I was doing. I had a concept in my head. I have towed things before, even really big things. I used to have a freaking food truck, but towing a car is different because it's strapped on, and you got to get those straps right, because you do not want your car to fall off on the highway, especially something that big. You moving that fast, it's going to be a disaster for you and everyone else behind you. So I hope this is helpful. I'm not an expert, I'm not professional. I'm just someone who is just through my own trial and error, and through doing it multiple times now, feel like I had a couple tips that could help you when you need to tow your own vehicle on a car trailer. So anyways, I'm in this video here. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you're new, subscribe, give me a thumbs up. I know this video is something different than we normally do on the channel. I thought I'd give it a try, a little bit of you know, a help video, you know, some self-help video, something like that. Hey, you know what, might be helpful, might not, but I thought I'd give it a go. I love all of you guys. As always, remember to live each one to the fullest, and to keep it off tap and keep it safe when, you know, towing your car. Okay, I'm out. In case I don't want to freaking fall and drop everything on film, that just sucks. Alright guys, we're gonna do a little mission right now. Alright, this is just for you guys. We gotta get out of here! guys later for another vlog.